Hi. Alright, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new here, my name is Nikki and this is my book nook. Y'all, if you've been following me for a while, you might remember several months back, and honestly several times since then, me raving about this book called The Layover by Lacie Waldon. I did a reading vlog of it, I did a book battle, I've talked about it in summer reading recommendations. I'm forever trying to push this book because I just don't understand why more people aren't talking about it. It seriously was one of my favorite reads of this past year. It's such a good summer read. It's such a good like enemies to lovers workplace romance. I just thought the writing was so good and so similar to so many other books that are really big right now. So that is to say, whenever I stumbled across this little baby in the bookstore just a week or so ago, I snatched it so fast because, as you can see, Lacie Waldon is back. She has written another book. This was her first book. I am especially attached to Lacie Waldon. I mean, honestly, for multiple reasons. I clearly love her writing, but also the fact that she's a flight attendant turned author. Like, she wrote this book about a flight attendant just like on the side of having a whole ass job, and then now she's like full on writing. She has a publishing deal. Like, I'm just here for it. I'm here for her. So seeing this book, seeing it have like the same vibes, I just recognized it right away. I knew it had to be by her, and when it was confirmed, I snatched it. I immediately started reading it, and now I'm here to talk about it because I'm insisting on getting this woman more readers because she's just so good. These books have two very different vibes. If you want to go back and watch my reading vlog of this one or my summer reading recommendations to learn more about it, you can do that. But generally, this is an enemies to lovers book, and now she's given us a friends to lovers book, which is a trope that I have just grown to love so much over the last year or so. It used to not be my favorite, but now maybe I'm maturing, but I'm just realizing how hard it hits, like seeing people that have known each other for so long like grow to care more about each other and love each other and realize they just can't live without each other. It's just such a great trope. But yeah, guys, let's talk about From the Jump. So this story follows this girl named Olivia. She goes by Liv, and she is very much a girl that lives by the book. And I know we say that about a lot of female characters, but Liv quite literally lives by the book. Multiple books. Like, she uses self-help books as her Bible. It's how she lives her life. Like, she keeps all of her finances in check according to these various books she's read. She, you know, has a personal trainer. She, you know, is on a very specific career path. Even like when it comes down to like relationships and dating, like she doesn't do anything or have any sort of thought that is from her own brain. Like, it is all from books because she just insists on having a very structured lifestyle because of the way she's grown up and because of the childhood that she has. Like, this is the only way she really knows how to operate, and it's worked for her for a very long time. You know, she's like in her early 30s now, and she's very established. She does have a job that she absolutely hates, but living by the book again, you know, she knows that it'll get her to where she wants to go. She's determined to do it. She's working hard. She'll climb her way up the ladder. But Liv is just a very interesting character that in a lot of ways I feel like I can relate to some extent. I don't have a bunch of self-help books, but I get the idea of like having a life plan and being a planner and needing some sort of structure to your life. So if you're one of those girls, Liv will probably be after your own heart. But along with meeting Liv in this story, we also meet her friend group. Her and these two girls and these two guys all met the first week of college, and they have managed to stay close ever since. Now that they're in their 30s and they're like full-blown adults, they still hang out all the time. They get together on the third Thursday of every month, and it is a tradition that every single year they all go on a vacation together to South Africa. Everyone except for Liv, because she is such a person that, you know, has a schedule and lives by the books. She can't justify leaving her job to go on a big vacation, spending that type of money. So even though she loves her friend group, she is very close with them, that is kind of the one thing that's kind of kept her separate from them, is that she's never allowed herself to just like let loose and go on this vacation because it's not in her nature. She can't do it. So the time is coming up again where this year all the friends are about to go on the vacation, and they're like, Liv, are you not gonna go? Like, what's the deal? And she's like, no, I'm not gonna go. I need to stay at work. Like, I'm trying to get my promotion. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. And so they're all preparing to leave, and she is at work the following day, and she's basically talking to a coworker, and she has this revelation where she realizes that she's been a yes girl her whole life. You know, like a yes man, someone that just says yes to everything, just always does anything she can to keep everyone around her happy, but never just stops to think about what would make her happy. So she has this revelation that she can just say no, and once she starts saying no, she kind of can't stop. So she ends up basically deciding to go on this vacation last minute, go out there, meet her friends, and Liv is just gonna live this new spontaneous lifestyle. She's just going to, you know, not go too crazy, but she's going to do all the things that she would normally never do and see what happens, and she's loving it, you know? She's on a high. She goes out to meet her friends for this vacation, and, you know, the friend group, they're all pretty close. They're all very different from each other. They all have their own quirks, and Liv really loves everyone in the friend group, but there is this one friend in particular that she's always had this sort of like soul connection with. It is this boy, Lucas Dice. He goes by Dice, and I don't know, they have a friendship of very few words, but they've always just sort of had this like mutual understanding with each other, even though they've never really hung out alone, separate from the group. They've just always like weirdly been the closest in a way, and so now that Liv is on this vacation, this has really been her first chance in the course of their like 10-year friendship that she's gotten to really connect with Dice alone in a lot of ways. A lot of things pop up because she did obviously go on this vacation very last minute, cough, sharing a bedroom, one bed trope, cough. Lots of things like that pop up where her and Dice find themselves in some very like close quarters, very sort of uncomfortable situations, and so we basically see this vacation happen, and it's not the entirety of the book, but it is like a good chunk where it gives you those fun summer vibes. If you're looking for a summer read, if you want a vacation read, you definitely get that from this book, and I loved the entire portion of the vacation. But throughout this vacation, we do see Liv continue to like try to live her spontaneous lifestyle and not do what she would normally do, and we see how that works out really well for her for a while, but then like as things start to kind of like come down to reality, you see her like come back from this vacation, and then her and Dice have kind of like bonded in a new sort of way, and then you see like everything just kind of like get better and better and better, and then things start to kind of slowly unravel for her in a way that she's never had to deal with before, because she's always been a person that's like been so structured and organized, and now just in the course of like a week of not doing that, she's found herself in a place she's never been in before. And so we just see Liv like go through this like aha moment, epiphany of just trying to, for the first time, just figure things out sort of day by day and like navigate things that are going on with Dice, and then things with the rest of her friend group. Like there's like something going on kind of with everybody in this friend group. Like it's really a fun dynamic. Like some people have had feelings for each other before, and certain friends are closer than others, and there's been like drama from the past, and like everybody has very different careers and things going on in their lives. And so it is kind of like, in the beginning, because there's 5 friends, it's kind of like not difficult, but it just takes you a minute to kind of figure out the dynamic and figure out who everybody's role is in the friend group. But like as you get to know them more, I just absolutely loved it. Like they were just such a fun group, and by the end, I mean, there definitely were some issues and there is some drama there, and that is something that is going to come up for sure in this story, but like by the end of it, I was just like, I loved it. It felt so cozy. I love a book that talks about life, you know, that is a fun rom-com, that does have some like romance and spice and slow burn to it, and we get that aspect. But I do love when there's like a greater moral to the story, and we do see, you know, the female lead character like go through, you know, a sort of epiphany, or just figure out what she wants in life and what's really important. Like I love all of that stuff, which is something that we got in the layover, so getting to see that again in From the Jump made me super happy. Honestly, I don't know which one of these I liked better. They were really so different, yet still had that same sort of comfy writing style that Lacie Waldon has. I don't know what it is. I just have like a soft spot for her. I think in a lot of ways, her writing kind of reminds me of Mariana Zapata, who is one of my absolute favorite authors. And she's definitely an author that is kind of hit or miss. Like people love her or they really don't love her. It just depends. I don't know what it is about their writing. A lot of people would probably describe it as slow, and therefore you like translate that to boring, but to me it's not. It's like you kind of get to, it's just written differently. It's like you're living life in these characters' shoes, and you're kind of like going through the day by day with them. There's not a bunch of like jumps in time. Like you are literally there from the beginning of the story to the end of the story, and you see pretty much every single second of it. Like there's not skips ahead to just keep you in the action. And something about that just, I don't know, it makes it feel more real to me. And you know, that's not gonna be for everybody, but for me, like for Mariana Zapata and Lacie Waldon, it just seems to work. And I don't know why more people are not talking about her. Like this book must have just come out because again, I haven't heard anything about it. I feel like I would have known about it. I'm obsessing over Lacie Waldon, and I want more people to obsess over her too. So yeah, if you're looking for a friends to lovers story that's not childhood friends to lovers, but is like long-term friends to lovers, I know we get kind of like, or maybe it's just me, I've read a lot of childhood friends to lovers stories in the last few months, so I feel like I've kind of like needed a break from that, but I still love like the comfiness of a friends to lovers. So this was like a really nice in between where they were like adults when they met, but they've just been really like long-term friends. I feel like it just changes the dynamic a little bit. I don't know. If you're looking for that, plus like you want to get one more little like summery vacation read in before we have to accept that it's fall, which I don't have to accept it, I'm excited about that, you should try From the Jump, because seriously, it was so good. But yeah, guys, if any of you have happened to have already read From the Jump, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you go and read it, come back and give me your thoughts, because I just want to talk about this book with somebody. Like, I don't know what it is, I just loved it so much. Like, it's just a different type of book. Like, I don't feel like I love it in the way that I love other books where I'm like, oh my god, 5 stars. But it just feels like, I don't know, it's just comfy. It's just something that I want to keep on my bookshelf forever. It's just like a style of writing that I really like. And I want other people to know about and experience too. So yeah, I'm done rambling for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.